Good morning, goedemorgen.
Môre?
2 years.
Yes.
Goodness me. It actually feels like about 100 years.
Yeah, to me, it's
Feels
more
like forever.
feels like
This,
4 years. I don't
this,
know. In my head, it feels like it's already been 4 years.
yeah. What we're talking about this morning is the fact that COVID is already with us for about 2 years, and we are asking each other, how are you coping? And we want to ask you as well, how are you coping? We are not psychologists or counselors or any of those lovely people. We're just normal people who
We just want to know how you are.
wants to get through COVID.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
the big problem for me with COVID was the fact that you are isolated. Absolutely isolated in the fact that we can't get our family to come and visit us because no visitors is allowed in New Zealand. We can't go and visit people because we don't know if we are going to be allowed back in.
And at the moment, we can't come back because I asked Mariska van die Kerk, our travel agent, on Sunday, can I go? Because at the moment, I just feel like I need to go now.
Yeah.
And she said, you can go, but MIQ is closed. You can't book MIQ at the moment. So, and she doesn't know when MIQ will open again. So you can go, but you may be stuck there for a few months, and I don't want that.
And you get a lot of knee jerk reactions from government as well. If there's a new strain, they close everything down and then they open again. So it's stop go the whole
Yeah,
time, and you don't know where the parameters are.
And that's the thing, you can't trust what they say
That's right.
because they tell you the one thing and then 2 weeks after that it changes. So
Yeah.
I know of people that booked their flights when we heard that we'll be able to fly in February, and the day after that they closed it again and they moved it to April or something. And now I hear that it may be even June or July or something. So
Or I've even heard that somebody, which is close to me, said 2023. That's not good.
no, it's
So
really
that's not
getting
good.
ridiculous.
So what the real story is behind this, nobody will know because the government is keeping mum about this.
Yes.
They're not saying anything.
And I don't know how you guys are feeling, but at the moment, I'm just feeling like the rest of the world is kind of just dealing with it now and opening their borders. And I don't know, we just tend to get even more secluded. Yeah, it's really getting hard now. Um, I thought the other day, the last time I saw my oldest granddaughter, she was 2 years old. She started pre-primary this year. So it's really getting harder and harder.
Yeah. I've never even seen my youngest granddaughter, by the way.
I think we all really struggling at the moment, and it's getting worse. I don't know when this is going to end, but I really just want this to end now. It's been enough now.
And the problem is, the government is bleeding money currently. It has to come from somewhere. And I don't know from where. If we don't get an influx of new things happening, and that is new immigrants coming to this country, we are going to have a massive problem very soon on our hands. Have you checked the aisles in the supermarkets?
Yeah, very empty.
Very empty, and the I can say the amount of stuff you can get of a certain product, it's starting to get very limited now.
Yes.
So that's another big concern.
I think it is because I don't know if it's to do with the imports. I don't know if the ships are still not allowed to come in. I don't know what it is. What's the problem?
I just think because of the start and stop of a lot of factories throughout the world, I just think New Zealand being the last place or the furthest place on earth means that we will be last to get anything. So every other country will be supplied, and there's a few left saying that to New Zealand.
Yeah.
So,
I can even deal with that.
Yeah.
It's just the family thing that's getting to me at the moment, and I know everyone is in the same boat, same struggles.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's not.
And
nice.
family is quite important to us, and I've never gone back to South Africa because I wanted my family, my kids, my mum to come here, come and see where I am living. And we saved money up and we bought tickets for everybody just before COVID, and that didn't realize. Eventually got some of the money back, and are we stuck in limbo? I haven't seen the kids except on video call. Luckily for that.
Yeah.
Could have been worse. We could have been writing letters.
Yeah. And I'm just
So,
thinking about those people that's still stuck here without their husbands and children.
yeah.
I mean, the guys that's been here for
The
2
split
years now,
families.
it's really terrible. I don't know when
So,
this is going to end. And yeah, you start to think, what next?
what is positive about
Is there anything positive about it?
let's look for a few positives. Let's not be negative this one. Let's be positive.
Okay,
One of the positive things is Kiwis and South Africans can't go overseas, so they're spending their money here.
yes,
The bad thing is there's nearly nothing left to buy.
yeah, yeah. Well, you get forced to travel your own country, which is a good thing.
The prices of stuff has just gone crazy. It has absolutely gone crazy. And when you can find it, there's probably only one or two left.
Yeah.
We're going on a trip this weekend, and we needed to buy a satellite phone for the trip, and I couldn't find a decently priced one in the whole of New Zealand. The satellite phones cost about $1,000 each, but the best price I could get was about $2,700, and there was only one or two left. But, I mean, that's how hectic it became.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, I'm still very happy to be in New Zealand.
Yeah,
I'm not planning to go anywhere. No. So I'm still very happy to be here. I'm just missing the children at the moment. It's getting really hard for me, as for everyone else. Melissa's no load shedding. Yes.
I like it. There's no load shedding. At least Byron saying, always a good fish to go catch. That is so. Antonia saying some home kill is when you slaughter your own sheep and stuff. Perhaps you should do that. Get a few sheep.
No, I won't kill them.
No, we just fire the lawnmower guy. Yeah. They say if you want to kill your own sheep, you should never give them names.
Yeah.
But you name everything. So the first sheep you can name Choppy, and the next one could be Ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us, how are you guys keep coping? We want to see some comments this morning on how you guys are coping. I'm watching all the channels. I'm seeing not a lot of coping. So everybody could be coping extremely well, and suddenly us
I think everyone is just in their own zone. Yes, yeah, just trying to get through this. I know what helps me is to just keep busy with stuff that I enjoy, and I mean you do the same. You going 4x4ing and you're fishing yeah. So I just try to keep myself busy with stuff that I really enjoy, and when the longing for my kids get really tough, I just visit one of my friends because they're in the same boat. They also have kids overseas, so. And then we just have a lack cry about it, and then we feel better again. Happy that we at least still have each other. It's good to know that there are people that's going through the same thing as you. And I mean, I think 3/4 of New Zealand is in that boat, because I think 3/4 of New Zealand are probably immigrants. So, you're not alone.
And it's not an easy path. There's a weird line between yourself and your family. You may not always love them, but you actually like them.
Yeah, the thing is, family is just one of those things. It's your backbone. Yes.
Yeah, it's a glue. It's a glue that keeps the world together.
Yeah.
I know some people actually totally wrote off their family, but that was one or two people ever in my life that I haven't met.
I think this being apart from your family, even the ones that if there are people that don't like their family, even the ones that you tend to not like, I think maybe you have time now to think about it. Now that you can't see them, maybe whatever grudge you have is not that bad.
That's how Garant writing a buddy of mine going on 3 years without his wife and kids.
That's the thing that I'm talking about. Hectic. And I mean, how long are those people? How long can you keep positive?
It's another month for us, then we're 4 years, and I haven't seen my kids for 4 years. So it's just about another month. So
yeah, I've seen them.
She's seen them in the meantime, but it's about 3 years for you since you last seen them. It's not 6 months or something like that.
No, you're missing out on so much, and you it's not like you lose touch Um, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just not.
I was standing. We actually last night rebranded a lot of our Explorer vehicles, and while we were there talking, one of the guys told us about the medical staff getting ridiculous offers from Australia.
And they're
Basically,
leaving.
double the pay that they get in New Zealand. You've got to listen to this. They're getting more than double the pay they're getting here. The one guy got 5 times more was the offer. He took it.
Of
The
course.
other guy got about double, and his price in New Zealand was. I thought, whoa, that's a good salary.
Yeah.
He was getting more than double. Offered in Australia, they offer him everything plus another $100,000 just to move from this side to that side.
Mm.
That's not bad. But the problem is very, very bad for New Zealand because we're currently losing out on these people, and this is the backbone of our medical society. These are the top people that are
Yeah,
keeping
you
everything
started to
together.
think if all the good guys
Mm.
are leaving, what are we going to have left?
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. I mean,
If this goes on for another year, what will we have
yeah.
left?
We've lost something like 850 people already
Yeah.
with the mandate.
And you know, those
stuff.
people are not going to come back.
They're not going to come back, no.
No.
I won't.
No.
Then let's be honest.
No, you
If
won't.
somebody offers me double what
Oh,
I'm
of
getting
course
now,
not.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
And that's as easy as that.
Yeah.
If somebody offers me 5 times what I'm getting now, I'm really gone. So,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It makes you think a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick, from Monique saying, miss them so much and miss the support. My parents haven't seen my one baby.
Yeah, you know, we're just the other way around. So you kind of think of the children that's
Yeah.
here that hasn't got the support of their parents.
That's a good one.
In South
What Lane's
Africa.
saying, just want to smell and feel my sister again. I hope she washed the feet that morning. So
That's the thing, yeah. You can see them
Yeah, you can
on
see them,
Zoom
but
and
it's
on video
different.
call, but you can't touch them.
there's something about the perception of 3D,
Mm.
and on a screen it's flat.
Yeah.
You know the person, and I think a hug. It's a weird thing. Eh?
Mm.
A hug is a weird thing. I found that out the last year. A hug is a weird thing. For me, one of the best things in my life today would be if I could hug all three of my kids.
Mm.
My youngest one will think I'm crazy if I go and hug him now. So.
Yeah,
Are you
it's bad.
gonna shed a few tears there for us this morning? Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't even got
Oh,
anything.
it's okay. I'm okay. It's just
She's okay, she says.
emotions.
Baron's saying New Zealand has a massive medical shortage, and that's fueling the lockdown mentality. Yeah, but I don't know where the turning point of all of this is. That is the big thing. I don't know where the turning
Yeah,
point
you
is.
know, if there was just a date that you could
Mm.
say yes, okay,
Because
by
the other
this
thing I
day.
saw, the Omicron cases are doubling daily now. They were 8 the
Yeah.
day before, and then 15 yesterday.
And you know what we were talking about the other day, me and Jan. What is so funny, or I don't know if we get misinformed or whatever, but when we speak to the people that we know in South Africa, everyone that we speak to in South Africa that knows someone who's got Omicron or has had Omicron or has got it at the moment, they say that it's just like a real it's
Flu.
like a flu. It really just you feel fluish, but there's nothing. You don't get really sick.
And
But
I
what
think
I
that is why they won't be able to stop it down here.
but what I don't understand is if that is the case in South Africa, when you listen to what's going on in Australia, those people are dying from Omicron. So I don't get it. I don't know if the South Africans just don't know of the people that get
But
really
also,
sick.
we get bombarded with Australian figures daily. I mean, if you drive in the radio, they give you the New South Wales figures, and I don't know wherever else figures. And those figures read like this most of the days: 20,000 new infections. That is roughly for that one state. I don't know exactly which state.
Yeah.
And then they say between 20 and 25 dead. Yeah, I know 20 to 25 dead is a lot. I know it's a lot, and I'm not insensitive to that. But if you think about 20,000 infections versus 20 to 25, this is Omicron. If this was Delta,
yes,
that would have been 20,000 infections would have been absolutely ridiculous, but you would have had like 5,000 or 6,000 dead as well.
Yeah.
So
But as I said, Africa is for sissies and mense stuff. We were saying maybe it's just because the people that are from Africa, you are so used to living in that conditions,
yeah.
all the bacteria and all the I don't know, maybe I don't know now that we've been away for 4 years if we are still immune. But maybe the
I was
people
saying
that
to
live
Mariska,
there are.
you were on a daily basis. You talk to either somebody who had TB or AIDS or something that you don't even know about, and all the dirty stuff lying around
I
on
know.
the
I
roads,
know.
all those
Yeah.
germs and stuff. That's a normal part of living, and
Yeah.
so yeah,
Oh
you
well,
don't
I
know.
just live for the moment and I will do what I can to keep safe. And
And to keep sane. The big thing here is to
yeah,
keep sane,
that
guys.
is the
You gotta
thing.
keep sane.
That is the thing. So nothing like a good old cry now and
Mm.
then just to keep
Good
your
cry or a good fish.
yeah. Well, if fishing does it for you, then it's good.
Uh, what fishing does to me or for me gives me a bit of time away.
Yes.
Okay. And that's important. And
Yes, it is
some
good.
people need
It
to
is
get down
good.
on the boat. Some
Yeah.
people need to go in the bush.
Yes.
Some people need to go and sit on a beach.
Mm.
But you got to find your time away because you need some time away.
Mm.
And normally when I'm fishing, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I promised myself I'm not going to think about work while I'm fishing. I'm just in the zone. I put on the bait. I bring the fish home. That's
Yeah.
that.
And what I try to do is I normally I I get it
Mm.
is just trying to live in the moment. So if I try not to dwell on the idea that
Yeah.
my children are far away. So I just enjoy what I'm doing at the moment, and then when I've got that, mostly when I lay in bed or whatever, then you start thinking about all this. Or when after a video call, which is every day,
Yeah.
after a video call, then you really miss them. But otherwise, just do stuff.
I still think we need to be thankful for stuff like video calls,
Yes.
stuff like WhatsApp calls, those
Yeah.
type of things.
Otherwise, I really don't know what we would do. Hey,
It's hectic.
imagine
It's
you didn't
absolutely
see your
hectic.
grandchild for 3 years. You don't know what she
Yeah.
looks like.
If you had to use
Huh?
the old system where you wrote a letter,
Mm.
it went by boat.
Send a photo.
That took 6 months. Then they rewrite.
Yeah.
About once a year you hear of each other. Probably could have even been better. You could have half and half forgotten about them or
No,
put
I
them on
think
the
it would
back
be
burner. They're not your
no.
own family, but yeah,
No.
no.
Imagine sending a fax. Yes. You know, when we got to New Zealand, people were still using fax. Do they still?
I still got some big companies still got fax numbers.
I don't.
That's New Zealand guys still got fax numbers.
I was like, you really can't? I just email
Yeah.
it to you? No, fax it.
You remember the year 2000 when everything was supposed to go down and we were not supposed to have any power that evening and I don't know whatever else.
Yeah.
The following day, I think it was the 1st of January 2000, I took my fax machine like this and I threw it in the dust, in
In the bin.
Yeah, I said, that's all technology. It's out
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah,
it shows
that's
us a
funny.
bit that you can also be in the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you falling out of the camera? So, yeah. But then you come to New Zealand, you find out faxes is still very much a thing here. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how
So
else can people keep safe?
I don't know. What do you do to keep yourself just
Mm.
the guys that's like we never hear from those guys. The guys that's alone in New Zealand at the moment, still without their families. What do
Yeah.
you do? How do you
I've
deal with this?
got one guy on the boat from time to time that's
Mm.
here on his own without the family, all back still in South Africa. Haven't seen him for many years as well. And I think he just immerses himself in the fact that he's here and that he can fish and that type of thing. Because when I speak to him, he said he's been out on the boat yesterday and the day before that and so on. So he doesn't sit at home and cry if you want to take it down. I'm not meaning that in a negative sense of.
But isn't it even it's different when it is your wife and your children that you away from than it is when it is your children. It's bad to be away from your children, but I worry about them, but I don't really worry that much about them. They've got people that support them and but if it's your children and your wife, especially the guys with wives and young small children, you still worry for their safety and you worry
You must
what
worry
happens
for their
to
safety,
them. And so you've got that worry. And you've got to worry that when are they going to be able to come?
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to come? I'm sure they will be, but I don't
But
know
you don't
when.
know when. Yeah, you don't know when. And sadly, this is not a priority for this government at all.
Yeah, it's
It's not.
really sad.
It's not
It's
on the
really
agenda
sad.
at all.
It shouldn't be like that,
Shouldn't
huh?
be like that. No,
No,
people shouldn't be allowed to suffer like this.
no, not for this
No,
long. Not for this long,
and
no.
not for coming to a country. Yes, I know New Zealand is giving us all an opportunity to be here, but we as South Africans, we most of us really work hard.
The thing is,
So,
you really contribute
mm,
to this country, and that's why you
I
also
mean, we pay
came.
taxes. We pay taxes like
That's the
crazy.
thing, yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody pay taxes. It's not like in South Africa where you can get
Mm,
away with taxes and have a lot of other things.
mm.
Um, but
Yeah, and the thing is that what's bad about the situation, and I know it's not only because people miss their family, but we hear about so many people that's going back to South Africa.
yeah, but on
I'm sorry.
I should take it for a test this morning
Mm,
to the vet. There's a lot of people going back, and the sad thing is, most of them would be able to get residence now with this new residence
mm,
visas, and they're
mm.
going back just before the time.
Yeah,
I feel it's
mm,
such an opportunity lost there. So,
yeah.
guys, if you are thinking about going back, and you can go back with residence, just do it. I mean, you've suffered all this time.
No, don't give up just before you've
Yeah.
got residence because you never know if you'll get this opportunity again.
Mm.
Okay, maybe some people are thinking they don't want this opportunity again. I know there's,
Fully understand, but it
yeah,
can always later in life mean a
mm,
lot for you.
mm,
Yeah. It's like running the Comrades Marathon. The guys who know the Comrades Marathon, it's the one from Pietermaritzburg down to Durban or the other way around. And it's when you enter that last 100 meters, then stopping and just deciding
yeah.
we're not going to do it anymore.
I'm sorry. Don't you have water this morning?
No, my
What
goodness.
is it with
No,
you?
what is it with you?
What Marissa is saying is it is weird because New Zealand. Oh my word, just move it up again. New Zealand is all about whakapapa
Yeah,
and mental health. But you know what? I have realized they say that it's all about
yeah. But
mental
what they
health.
say and what they do is two
But
different
if
things.
I compare the mental health system, what that we are used to with what they've got in New Zealand,
Yeah.
they don't know what it is to have it all about mental health. And the way that the mental health system works in New Zealand, um, I don't know. Yeah,
Slow going.
yeah. And
Very slow
it's
going.
not. They don't have the opportunities and the help
Yeah,
and the that's available. And
that's
they,
right.
yeah,
And one thing that's worrisome about New Zealand is that there is a heck of a lot of people suffering with mental health. It's not only one or two.
no, there's a
It's
lot of
a
people. I
lot
mean,
of
there's a lot of
people.
people all over the world that
Yeah.
suffers from it. But at the moment, I think it's really bad because of this
And I think
COVID thing
it's
that's going
concentrated
on.
more and more and more.
Yeah.
So,
And Nell says, oh, the daughter's turning 5 today and still no family. Now I
um,
want to cry again.
Benita just
What
saying
is
it's
it
a
with
tough
me?
one. Probably talking about the people with split
Mm,
families. They haven't seen their family for over 2 years, missed
yes.
out on a lot.
Yeah.
2 years is a heck of a long time in a small kid's life.
It
You miss
is
out on all
really
that, and
hard.
it's your own kid.
Yeah.
It's fine if it's a neighbor's kid.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for us with
Yeah,
grandkids, but imagine it is your own
own kid.
flesh
Yeah.
and blood and you can't see them
Mm.
grow up. No, man. Oh, my
So
word.
Yolandi also saying fully agree about the
Yes.
mental health. Um, I actually think that mental health should have way more exposure in this country, way more help.
Yeah.
It's not just about whatever else can be done, but I think really mental health is a big thing. It's
Yeah.
a really big thing. So
Yeah, it's really sad. Anyway, I
yeah,
think what we can do to make it better for each
yeah.
other
How
is
are we
just
going to do that?
to be there for each other.
Mm.
And the one thing that I have learned over the last 3 years, because this is not what I used to be like, um, share what you are feeling. Don't keep it to yourself.
Yeah, and I want to put it out there again. I've done this on many mornings, and I've received some good feedback on this as well.
Mm,
If you are a person in a split family and you're stuck this side,
mm,
if you are a guy or a girl, I don't care. Reach out. If If you can't reach out to people around you, reach out to me. I would know somebody in the area where you are, who can give you
Yeah.
a bit of a hands up,
Yeah.
if that is the right word. And if you are a family and you know about somebody in a split family who is down here, even if they're not struggling, reach out.
Yeah.
They could be disguising the fact that they are struggling extremely well.
Yeah.
They
Because
can
that
disguise
is
that
what we
extremely
do,
well.
because we are
That's how we
proud
cope.
people.
And that's how we cope.
It
Yeah.
is true. It is true.
So,
So what I'm saying is, it is not a bad thing to just break down once in a while. You don't have to do it in front of everyone.
no.
Just, I mean,
And reach out to these people,
yes.
and just say to them, come for a braai.
Yeah.
Even if you just do a vors and a hot dog or something like that. Even if it's the most cheapest braai you can think of,
Yeah.
this will mean a heck of a lot to them.
And don't think because people are not putting themselves out there, they don't want to.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe they don't know how to.
or maybe they're just not in the mindset to do it. I mean, if you are struggling emotionally, one thing that you won't do is put yourself out there and try to make friends or reach out to someone.
So to those people who is here with families, think about it this way. If somebody came here all alone, and they had the promise that the wife and kids will be here within, I would say, 3 months.
Yeah.
And they are all alone here. And for the 3 months has now turned into nearly 3 years. Think what you would have been going through if that was you. And then reach out to these people.
Yeah.
So.
Renier saying, putting my hand up for someone.
Yeah, that's what we need to do,
that
guys.
Is what
we
need to do.
We need to reach out to these people, and I hope the split family guys and girls who are here, I hope this gets to you this morning, and I hope you reach out. And if you are afraid to reach out to people like Renier, also reach out to me. I will reach out to him if you are in his area. So I know people basically in every area in New Zealand, and we can make a difference together. We can't make a difference if you are still on your own. That's a problem. But you don't need to like each other. You just sometimes just need to have a cup of coffee.
You know what? That is what the Lord put us on this earth for each other. So
for each other.
Let's just be there for each other. And if someone, that's the one thing that I find so many times, is if someone puts themselves out there and maybe try to be there for you or organize something where you can get together and just talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Go. Even if you just sit and listen, you don't have to take part in the conversation or whatever, but just be there. You may just find that you needed to be there on that specific time just to learn something or to hear something. So if you hear of someone that's organizing something, or if someone reaches out to you, go, even if you don't want to.
And on that note, let's talk about things that's organized. Tomorrow we're going on a 3-day 4x4 trip. We will have about 15 vehicles on this trip. It's going to be the biggest trip yet. And there's still seats open. And we posted for people to reach out. You just need to reach out. You do not need to talk to the person that's driving the vehicle. You just need to sit on the seat. You will come back a changed person, because it's a nice group of people.
And the thing is just to be in nature. It heals you. It really does.
I talk about it on gaan bos toe.
Yes.
So we're going back to the bush. We're just going to be there. And at night we listen to the kiwis crying and stuff like that. You have got no cell phone reception for a short period of time, but that is what we like to do.
Yeah.
And then we are with Sterling Finance doing a fishing competition, and we want you guys to join us down in Tauranga. That's in about 2 months' time. And every boat that comes through will have about 3 or 4 spaces on there. So you guys that are here on your own, reach out. We will put you somewhere on a boat. I promise you that. So that
and you know what I'm just thinking about? Don't feel guilty because you are trying to enjoy your time that you have here.
Yep.
It's not, dis nie ten koste van jou familie in Suid-Afrika nie. You have to keep yourself healthy as well. So don't feel guilty about doing stuff that's lekker.
To keep yourself sane.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, what I'm thinking is I would probably feel guilty because I'm enjoying myself and my family is sitting there and
Yeah. All right, that is us this morning. Time is come and gone. 30 minutes has gone fast. Thanks everybody who tuned in this morning. And to those guys out there, please put your hands up and reach out to us. Reach out to people in your neighborhood. Reach out to me if you are alone and you need you need some help. And if it's ladies and you don't want to reach out to me,
Yeah, you know,
there's
I'll probably
Mariska.
just cry with you all the time, but that's
And
okay.
I'll make coffee.
I
So it's
will
easy as
cry
that.
with you. That's okay. We can just sit and look at each other and cry.
What is that with women and crying?
You know what? If you cry, you cleanse your soul. You feel better afterwards.
Okay.
It's just the way that
I'll
we
try
are.
that one day.
You should.
Okay.
You should. All you men should.
All right, guys. Stay well and don't cry at work this morning. Your boss will look strangely at you. See you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Right, bye bye.
Bye.